How's it going, everyone? Before I get into today's video, I wanted to apologize if I sound very, well, I guess more monotone than I normally do. I've been pretty sick the last few days. I'm going to still try and project as much as I can, but I am still not feeling too great. So with that being said, I figured we should go ahead and jump into the topic of today's video. And I recently stumbled across this article on Saab Planet, and notice how I'm giving them credit, oddly enough. There is a dealership in Qatar that is full of Saab cars still, brand new Saabs that have been sitting there for years since the brand shut down at the end of 2011. So the dealership that I'm talking about here is called New Car Center, and it's in Doha, I assume that's how you pronounce it, Doha, Qatar. And back when they were around and in business, and when Saab was in business, they sold Saab. They also sold, looks like, a lot of Mercedes and other, kind of European luxury branded cars. So from the pictures that I've seen, it looks like there's at least a couple dozen Saabs there, and they're pretty much all new generation 9.3s. Of course, they're all new Saabs, so they're all 2011 9.3s. Now, I think the saddest part about this is not only the fact that these are still new cars that have never been driven, but the fact that they all seem to be like they're super well spec'd. Like, every one of these pictures that I'm seeing, every single 9.3, I can see there's 2.0 front bumpers, not necessarily aero front bumpers on all of them, but they all have Turbo X wheels. For whatever reason, every single one of these cars that I can see has Turbo X wheels, which I think is pretty interesting to say the least. So I guess I'm just kind of confused as to how these cars can just still be sitting there. I can pretty much guarantee that someone at some point has either tried to buy the dealership and try to buy all the cars, or try to make an offer on an individual car. So I don't even know, maybe it's the government's property at this point. I don't know how that necessarily works over there. But it's kind of sad to see, because, it kind of makes you think that if they've been sitting here for this long, that probably nothing is going to happen to them, and I wouldn't be surprised if they get sent to the crusher or they're destroyed, and, that would just be very, very unfortunate. So I went ahead, did a little bit more research myself, and I found that they actually have a website that's still active, believe it or not, and you can see it's copyright in 2014, so I'm assuming that's around when the dealership shut down. But nonetheless, just looking at this website here, you can tell right off the bat it's very plain Jane. It hasn't really been updated probably since 2014, because none of the cars that I'm seeing on these pictures are newer than 2014. But it is cool. You can see there's one 9.3 right there. There's a second one right there. Once again, a 9.3 right here. So you can see that on their website, these are just stock images. These aren't even images of their cars. I've seen that picture everywhere before. But you can see, when they were in business, they had a big focus on Saab. So I went ahead and went to the gallery because I wanted to see some additional pictures. And you can kind of see some of the pictures I already saw on that home screen there. But another 9.3, boring stuff that's not Saab. We can skip through those. Here's a picture. This looks like it's the service center. It's probably about a dozen Saabs in there, it looks like. There's an old generation 9.3, looks like maybe a 9.5 over here. But at one point, this place seems like it was pretty poppin'. Like, this was the place to get your Saab serviced at in Qatar. It's really unfortunate to see that, it shut down. I do also see some Jags, and I noticed this Jag emblem right up here, so maybe it's a Jag dealer now, although I would assume it's closed. And then again, I also see a Saab thing right there, so who knows. But I just wanted to ruin every Saab fanatic's afternoon, I suppose, by posting this video, just to kind of, show that somehow, somewhere, some way, there's still Saabs out there that are completely abandoned, and I guess there's nothing that we can really do about it, because like I said, I would assume at this point it's probably the government's property. So yeah, I apologize for my voice, and everything's just so congested and everything. So hopefully I can have some more energy soon. I want to record some more interesting stuff. Maybe do something with the Turbo X. I'm not sure yet. Both of my cars are absolutely filthy right now, though, because we've been getting some rain and I've been taking them on some road trips. So They're pretty filthy, but nonetheless, it's worth it. It's all fun. I'm also thinking about doing a recap video on 2019, kind of going over everything that happened with the cars, the channel as a whole, everything. So if you guys would like to see that, let me know down below in the comments. Yeah, I'll see y'all next time.